Welcome back to the Baseball Blue Book podcast. My name is Eric Wilbenaw, the president of the Baseball Blue Book. And today, really looking forward to tonight's episode. It's with Derek Topik, the executive director at the NABF, the National Amateur Baseball Federation. It's a long partnership with the Baseball Blue Book and NABF. We go way back, so I'm looking forward to this conversation. But before we get started, I want to make sure to encourage everybody to subscribe to the channel. Everybody's doing a great job pushing this out. We're growing it. It's helping me out, and it's helping getting the message out. So I really appreciate everybody doing that. Derek, welcome to the program. How are you today?
Hey, Eric, I'm doing well here in Mississippi.
Awesome. So. Well, hey, I appreciate you joining me. Really, the difference between tonight's and most of them is you're not a college coach, but I think you have just as much influence in the game and kind of the responsibilities that you have. Actually, it's beyond that, because really running an entire organization is it's got to be quite daunting at times. So why don't you give us a background a little bit? We'll start with the background of the NABF, and then I want to hear your baseball journey, kind of you coming up into the game, and then we'll highlight some of the benefits and the reasons why the NABF is still around and the reasons why people should be taking a look at it. So go ahead. It's the floor is yours, sir.
The NABF, National Amateur Baseball Federation, is the country's oldest amateur baseball organization. It was founded in 1914 in Cleveland, Ohio, and the premise of it, was have league play, franchises, as we call it, and then from those franchises, league champions, they go off and they play in regional tournaments, and then regional winners, they go off and play in our World Series events, and we run different age divisions all the way from 8U up to a men's division. And I finally to all our World Series to see them all the different age divisions. And I went last year summer and saw the men's division in Battle Creek. And that was our first age division. And it's some amazing baseball. We play American League rules, Major League rules, so it's pretty fun to get out there and watch these guys. Not necessarily older guys, but we got college guys who play in this men's league. They even had a high school player, play in this tournament with a team from Chicago, the Chicago Clout, and he did a really good job with it. So.
Well, that's good. So before we get into more detail the NABF, because I have a lot of questions, and I think that it's going to be really interesting to learn more about it. But why don't you start kind of your career? Start from high school and talk about kind of getting involved in coaching and how you got involved with the NABF way back when.
So I'm going to date myself here, I graduated in 1985, and in fact, I still coach high school baseball also, and I coach at the high school I graduated from, Northwest Rankin High School in Brandon, Mississippi. But played high school ball there, and graduated from there. I went and played collegiately at Nicholls State University in Thibodaux, Louisiana. And while I was still playing collegiate ball, during the summers, I would come back home, play for my local organization called the Jackie Sixers Baseball Club.
Okay.
I played for them, and then founded the 96ers. A coach to go to Cincinnati, Ohio, with our 16 team.
Okay.
And I need you to leave tomorrow. And so they called me up on Wednesday night. So you got to leave Thursday morning.
And how old were you, Derek?
I was 19.
19. Okay.
At the time. And I said, sure. I always loved a great adventure, still do.
Absolutely.
So I said, Sure. Yeah. Loved it. And like I said, I started coaching in '86 with the 1991. Uh, I started running the organization. It's a 501c3 nonprofit, just like the NABF.
Okay.
And 1993, and we started hosting regional tournaments for the NABF in 93, and have been part of it ever since, and loved it. And I still do a little bit of coaching at ABF.
Okay. So let's try to make this real simple for everybody, because it's a little bit different the way that's structured than what I think a lot of people
Right.
see. The NABF is an association that is a franchise model, correct?
Like with league play.
With league play. Okay. Kind of summarize that, and then talk about how specifically people get involved in that.
Yeah, within each franchise, a franchise consists of can consist of one age division, or it can consist of multiple age divisions. And each age division, they have their own league. They play their own league games, and then they have their own league champion. And then their league champion, either one goes to a regional tournament, or they can go direct to the World Series right there. And it's kind of was set up based on the major league model. Okay. With minor league teams. The minor league teams are franchises for major league teams.
Right.
And we let the leagues, the franchises, they run their stuff locally. We don't tell them how they have to run their league or anything like that. We just want them to make sure they play our rules, play great baseball, have great sportsmanship, and just have fun doing it.
Okay. So who can be part of the NABF? Is it limited? You talk about franchises and league play, and right. I know a couple of other coaches that kind of run leagues that games to different people. What do you who can be part of it? How do you get part of it? Anybody can be part of it.
Yeah, anybody can be part of NABF. And in fact, when my local organization, the 96ers, when I started running it, I looked at an organization that was very simple, easy to deal with, and allowed you to play baseball. So anybody can join the organization. You just have to have 4 teams within your league. Got to pay a little franchise fee, $275, and then pay a tournament fee, which is anywhere from $375 up to about $750, depending if you're going direct to a tournament, and run your league, and then you qualify, and then you come play in our World Series events. And like I said, we're open to anybody. And we're located all over the country.
What's the benefit of being part of the NABF? You're paying a franchise fee. You're also paying tournament fees. I've got a team. Right. What's the real benefit? Obviously, the World Series and some of the making it to the regionals, different things like that. But what else? What are some other benefits that the NABF bring?
Well, one is we've got some great sponsors. Insurance for one. Frazier Insurance is one of our sponsors. Really inexpensive insurance, really easy to deal with. Diamond Baseball, they're one of our sponsors. Okay. So all our tournaments, they provide us with baseballs, and it's like I said, we play major league rules. So we take leads, and we're playing with wood bats from 16U on up, 14U on down. We're using the metal bats, and but our leagues, they teach the game, and it's not just going out playing on a weekend, to see how hard or how it's not showcase baseball. Okay. We've got some great leagues, some great organizations within our leagues and our program that promote youth baseball. And that's what we do. We promote youth baseball. We want baseball to be played in a pure sense, and we want the kids to learn the game. And it's not about, necessarily how hard you throw the ball or how fast you run, and things like that. We want you to learn the game. We teach the game within our leagues.
So NABF is a little bit different than what I would imagine Legion Ball would be, or maybe the Babe Ruth League or Cal Ripken or even travel ball. It sounds like it's something that anybody can be part of. Talk about the differences between kind of what a parent's listening to this and going, why would I want my team to be part of the NABF? And could they be part of it if they were part of another league at this particular time?
Yeah. Well, most of the organizations, still are pretty much league based. You're talking about like Babe Ruth and Cal Ripken and Pony Baseball, and they're league based. American Legion, they're league based, and we have a lot of teams that dual franchise.
Okay.
They'll play in an NABF league, and that NABF league will also dual franchise with Pony Baseball, which is an awesome thing. It is. The more opportunities you get for these teams to go somewhere and play somewhere, is what you want. Yeah. Travel baseball, it's pay to play, and you're not necessarily getting anything in return, in my opinion. With NABF baseball, you're playing at great facilities where people take care of the fields. They drag the fields in between games. The scoreboard works. The bathrooms are clean. And you have people there watching the game. You have college coaches. You have professional guys who come in. And we've got great partners like we talked about earlier. And Baseball Blue Book. You guys being one of them. In some of the great things that are going to happen within NABF baseball and Baseball Blue Book.
That's great. Okay, so 1914. That's been a long time. What have you seen?
Yep.
What are the things? I'm sitting here kind of thinking about what I would like to know about the NABF, and I'm getting interested in it, and I'm thinking I want to be part of it. What are some of the things that you've watched and seen? Because you've been part of it for quite a while, and now the executive director kind of running the whole thing. What are some of the biggest challenges that you guys have? And also, what are some of the things that you're really excited about that you're starting to see happen?
Some of the biggest challenges, once again, is to change people's mindset that, league play is not good baseball.
Okay.
Is that you have to be on a travel team, a select team, in order to be seen. Look, college coaches will find you. Here in Mississippi, probably, we have the best junior college system in the country, in my opinion. And probably close to half those coaches, or if not more, have played for me in my organization with the 96ers.
Oh, wow.
So I've got coaches, I've got contacts, I know these guys. And, they'll say, hey, do I need to go see this guy, so on and so forth. And go see this guy. No, you don't need to. But, it's about the money. Parents are spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
In travel baseball to chase a dream, and the dream is, hey, will your son go play college baseball? It doesn't matter if he's at a D1 school or a JUCO or a D2 or a D3. Will he play college baseball? And I've seen plenty of people spend tens of thousands of dollars on travel baseball, and their son goes to a small D3 school.
Right.
So in our organizations, we don't charge a lot of money, within our leagues, and you get the same value, but you get more bang for your buck.
I like that. I like that. There's always conversations on Twitter about what are we going to do about this? And you have a lot of people that are complaining about the cost, pay to play and
right.
The comments that I appreciate the most are the ones that say it starts with the parents, it starts with the coaches, it starts with the name, the game. And if we continue to throw these things out there and not have an NABF opportunity, you can only blame yourselves. And so I really, that's what I love about the partnership with the NABF, because it really matches our mission. of really helping
Right.
people find their next playing opportunity. And you can find your next, I love what you said, Derek. You can find your next playing opportunity by playing league play. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars. Nothing against
Right.
it. If that's what you want to do and you can afford it, that's great. But
That's
but
right.
the flip side is you don't have to do it to get exposure. If you're good,
Yeah.
you need to play, and
They're in
and
it
the
right.
NABF, you'll be seen, right, Derek? I mean, talk about
That's
your
right.
kind of the network that
Oh,
you guys have, the states that you're in. It kind of expand on that, because I loved what you just said. A lot of these coaches, a lot of the programs in
right.
Mississippi kind of came through your program, but expand that out to the
Yeah,
country.
and here in Mississippi, in my opinion, 85% of the high school graduates who go off to play college baseball, they're going to play junior college
Right.
baseball. Okay, and that is awesome. Now, like I said, if there's a great junior college out there, hey, that's a great opportunity to a D1 scholarship
Absolutely.
right there. Here with NABF baseball, we've got like I said, we got teams all over the place. We're predominantly right now in the north, northeast, Midwest a little bit. Here in the south, we've got some teams. Um, and like I said, big thing is people know what to expect when they go to one of our events. Um, we've got great opportunities. Like I said, great facilities. There's a great facility in Struthers, Ohio, Bobseen Park. That's awesome. We got a project going on, hopefully in Knoxville, Tennessee, with some facilities, some fields. We even got some events out there in O'Fallon, Illinois, right by you guys. At some great parks there with Greater Midwest Baseball. So with the NABF, like I said, the value is there. Um, our events, men's league, it's to me the premier event for men's league in the country. You get 16 teams coming
Yeah.
together. They travel, some of them 1,500 miles to come play baseball, and it's to watch these guys play. It's amazing. The heart and that they still have for the game, the love for the game is tremendous. And it's all about
Yep.
connections, like we
That's
say.
great. So we're really, you said primarily northeast, kind of the south, a little bit into the Midwest. What do, if somebody's listening and really is interested in maybe, starting a franchise and a league, what do
Right.
they need to do? And, kind of what should they expect kind of that next step would be?
Right. They one they can go to our website nabf.com and get the information there. They can email me nabfexec director at gmail.com. And what they can expect a phone call from me saying, hey, introduce myself, would love to have you guys play. Here's your steps, what you need to do. Um, Fill out a little bit of paperwork, send in, your franchise fee, and have at it, and help these teams and help these leagues get up, and get moving. Um, and lots of support also. Like I said, we got some great sponsors, and
That's great.
and they help us out
That's
tremendously.
great. That's great. When are when's the regionals? When's the World Series? Kind of where are they located? Talk
Our
about 2023.
Yeah, 2023. Start with our men's league. It's in Battle Creek, Michigan. That's August 3rd through the 6th. There's a regional the end of July for that. Um, and then our college World Series that runs from July 26th through the 31st. That's in Sandusky, Ohio, at Sports Force Park. Great
Yep.
facility, turf fields. We had 12 teams there last year. Like I said, men's division, we had 16. 18 and 18U tournament. That's in Struthers, Ohio, Bobseen Park. That's running from July 16th through the 20th. We had 16 teams there last year from all over the country. Even got some teams in Canada that come down and play in these
That's great.
events. 14U, 16U, Struthers Park again, there in Scene. That's the week before. That's going to be July 14th through the, I'm sorry, July, let me think here. July 14th through the 18th. I get my dates mixed up, but it's mid-July.
Yep.
And then O'Fallon, Illinois is our 15U. That's the same time as the 14 and 16U. And then Knoxville, Tennessee, they've got a 12U and a 10U. That's mid-July also. And then Sloatsburg, New Jersey, they've got a 10 and a 12U also.
Great.
And that's going to be the end of June for those events. All those dates are on our website. And like I said, nabf.com, and they can go there, get the info, call me, email me. Anybody knows me, I'll do anything I can to help.
Absolutely. That's the truth. I think one of the things that I really want to point out, we like I said earlier, we all talk about what can we do to kind of bring the game back. The
Right.
love of the game, it's kind of old school kind of rules. The NABF is not,
Right.
it's an old school. It's been around for a long time, but it plays the game right. I think development
right.
is really the focus. Get these kids in. But I also think that the really important part of this is you talking about the exposure, right? I think the
Right.
misnomer out there is I've got to pay a lot of money to go to a showcase. I've got to go play a travel.
That's right.
There's if you can play, you can be found. And the NABF,
Play, they will find you.
everybody knows who the NABF is, guys. That they've been pumping out players for a long time, over 100 years. And they kind of know what they're talking about. So I think that's really great. Derek, this has been a lot of fun. Anything else that you might want to share? Anything that kind of is coming up or you're excited about? Anything else you want to share with us, Derek?
Right. One, like I said, hopefully, we've got some great things happening here with Baseball Blue Book. And getting some more exposure for our players out there with that partnership.
Absolutely.
With you guys, getting these guys, the video is huge. And the more video you can get out there of yourself, of a player, that's what these college coaches are doing. They're checking out the video, and before they even come see a kid, for the most part, that's one of the things they got going on right there. Like I said, we got hopefully a project going on in Knoxville, Tennessee, coming up for the fall of 2023, where we're going to bring the city of Knoxville in and do some really good things with some fields there. And then our men's division, Battle Creek, we're going to end up probably moving that to another venue, maybe Buffalo, New York.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For 2024, maybe in Ohio. But just getting out there and playing baseball.
That's what I love about the NABF.
That's what we
it's
yeah.
I think we're gonna really we need to jazz it up, but you don't need to jazz baseball up, right? It's
No. Baseball. That's in the movie. That's the one thing that's been constant over the years. Baseball.
It's funny just to comment on that. I was following a team. I think it was a Division III school up in the Northeast, and they were reintroducing their original logos and what they were going to put on their hat.
Awesome.
And I'm like, why did they ever go away from it? You've seen this for years and years, kind of always trying to do something new, and baseball doesn't need a lot of change, right? It's the game that right.
And like you said, and what we're starting to see here in NABF is players who played for us in our leagues with teams back in the early 2000s. They now have teams. They now have kids, and the phone calls and the emails I get. Hey, I played at Scene Park back in 1998. And I remember the NABF, and and now I got a team, and we had some teams from Pennsylvania who's the coaches played for us, when they were in,
That's great.
16, 17 years
That's
old.
great.
So it's in a cycle, it comes back.
That's
around.
awesome. Well, Derek, I really appreciate you joining us tonight. Excited
Thank you.
to see what's happening, and really being part of
Yes,
it.
sir.
I think this is a partnership and a relationship that deserves the most, and that's what I'm so excited about it. Right?
No doubt.
There's not a
We're excited about it.
yeah. There's not a lot of programs out there that can predate us. And I think that we can prove that has value, and so I'm excited about it. Thank you, sir.
No doubt. No doubt. And just remember this, we still have the original baseball blue book sitting in my office.
Since 1909.
Going way back. Yes, sir. Going way
That was
back.
I think that was right after the printing press, right? That was a long time ago.
Yes, sir.
All right, Derek, thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great night.
All right, Eric. I appreciate you.